Welcome back, guys, and today we are back in SnowRunner for a battle of epic proportions. Now, why do I say battle of epic proportions? Well, it's because every single truck in this video is going to be massive. Now, we're starting off right here in front of the garage in the Mega Cab Runner. This is the SnowRunner version, modded SnowRunner version of the basically Mega Ram Runner from the Diesel Brothers TV show. It's a 6-door Mega Cab with a long bed, and I've added dualies in the back. These are 55-inch tires, and the other trucks that are going to be waiting for us down at the race course are owned in real life by, well, I should say they're basically the same truck, just one of them has been rebuilt into the other one, and I'm sure you guys know what they are, especially if you read the title and saw the thumbnail of this video. But without any further ado, let's head down to the racetrack out here on Aspen Peak, which is Glitchworks' new map. It is absolutely incredible, by the way, and if you haven't checked it out, you definitely should. But let's fire this thing up. And yes, with the most dramatic horn in the business, we head off to the race course. Now, I almost said racetrack, but it's not really a racetrack, is it? You guys, if you haven't seen this particular track yet, I think you guys are really gonna love it because there's a lot of different elements to it that really add to the experience of driving around this little track, because it's not necessarily a defined track. It's more of like a track that looks like people just, you know, went into the woods with some, you know, some chainsaws and some equipment and just cut a track and then just said, the race goes this way. And that's basically what it is. Now, if you guys would like to see more about this map, including a playthrough of the missions and a much more in-depth, detailed look at the map itself, make sure you click the link in the description box down below to my series that I'm doing over on my Facebook page. So on our way down to the track now, we have to go down towards this gas station, and once we get to the gas station, you guys will see our rivals for this race waiting for us. And believe me when I tell you guys, this race, oh boy, is it gonna be a good one or what? Now, the course isn't all that long, but I think that actually makes it really, really competitive because there's not a gigantically long course for these trucks to run through. They can just start the race, do their run, and get through the course fairly quickly. So once we get up and over this next hill, we should get a little bit of a glimpse of what we're going to be competing against. Now, as we head down, oh, we actually have a little bit further to go than I thought, actually. Got a little bit of a paved section, which we gotta be careful on these tires on the paved section because, well, you gotta remember, these were not exactly made to go on pavement, nor does SnowRunner like high speeds on pavement, as we've come to find out. It's basically ice. Now, there are our competitors, MONSTERMAX 1 on the left and MONSTERMAX 2 on the right, and then here we have the Mega Cab Runner, and this is our race course. Now, this is Dukes of Hammond, and I've done a couple of practice runs here before, so my current best time is a 1 minute 23 second run, and if you want to see what vehicle I set that in, like I said before, follow the link over to my Facebook page so you guys can check that out. But without any further ado, let's go in and get this thing into position, and we'll get the we'll get that 6-7 all spooled up and ready to go. Now, the weird thing about the way this race starts is it goes immediately downhill, so you got to get a really good run out of the hole. So let's see if we can do that. Spooling it up. 3, 2, 1, go! Come on! Let's get after it. Dukes of Hammond activated. Let's go! Dude, this thing is absolutely ripping. I don't have the softest suspension on it. There is a Baja option, but it's more designed for like really high-speed tracks with like gigantic ramps and stuff like that, which this isn't. This is almost the SnowRunner equivalent of a, no, don't stall it out. Oh, that's gonna hurt my time a lot. This is more like the SnowRunner equivalent of like an, whoa, like an autocross course. That rear steer, I should have gone with the non-rear steer version, but I figured that the rear steer version would help with stability. A little bit of a winch catch there, but that's fine. Come on, full send. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh my God. I shouldn't have slowed down all the way, but that's fine. I'm just trying to work out how everything is gonna work through here. Easy into the power. Oh God. Or not. Let's, yeah, okay, all right, maybe not. Let's go. Ooh, stay away from the trees. The last part of this course is paved, which is probably the sketchiest part of the whole thing. Go. Go, 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 and across the line with a 1 minute 7 second run. That's not bad. Now, let's go ahead and move this guy out of the way and get ready to take MONSTERMAX 1 for a rip around the course and see if it can beat a 1 minute 7 second run. Now, MonsterMax 1 and MonsterMax 2 have both been set up in their most powerful trims, so no worries there. No worries about whether or not these trucks are at their maximum performance during this run. So let's see. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 107 to beat, come on. Oh, this thing just fired off out of the start gate. Let's go. Not really a start gate, but you guys get what I mean. Oh my God. This thing is all over the place. You gotta really make sure that you're being deliberate with where you get on the power. But man, I know that I don't know, part of me says I should have gone with the non-rear steer version, but the other part of me is like, man, this thing's still pretty stable even with rear steer. The only place where the rear steer is gonna really hurt it is in the fast sections like that. But you know what? The rear steer makes it easy-ish to fix when you get it wrong. And I'm not even going to attempt to go on the bridge. I'm going to go around the bridge because the bridge seems like doom. If we can, like, get far enough ahead... Dude, look at that freaking four-wheel drift. If we can get far enough ahead on this section, then we'll be able to... Wow! I don't know how this thing is handling so well, but it's handling amazing. If we can get far enough ahead on the dirt section... we'll be able to probably make up the speed that we may lose on the paved section. So let's see if we can make that speed up. I'm really trying. I know I've gotten a little bit quieter, but I'm really trying to focus here on getting the best run that I can. This feels like a pretty decent run, and 1 minute 10. So we were really close. We were within 3 seconds. I feel like I made a couple of mistakes that time that would allow me to, like, if I ran this truck again, I feel like I'd probably be able to beat the Mega Cab Runner's time. Now, these two, like, those two were actually very, very close, but MonsterMax 2, with how massive it is, I don't know how close it's actually gonna be. Like, I know it's massive, and I know we're gonna be able to just go flat out basically everywhere, but I don't know if that's gonna make up for how genuinely huge it is. So let's back it up real quick. All right, you go ahead. There we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 107 to beat. I don't know if that's going to happen, but MonsterMax 2 is out of the gate and sending it. Oh, God. Oh, boy. If you get these massive tires, like, bound up, you're going to be in a world of oof. I'll tell you that. It's still getting all 4 tires off the ground, though, and it's not a race truck by any stretch of the imagination. We saved it from stalling out there, though, which I think is very admirable. Now, if we can just get through here without making any mistakes, we might actually be onto something. Now, MonsterMax 2, actually, funny enough, is easier to drive than MonsterMax 1 is. And actually, by a large margin, it's easier to drive. It's easier to keep it going in a straight line. It's easier to... I wouldn't say it's easier to turn. MonsterMax 1 is probably easier to do, like, fast turns in. And it's definitely easier to slide. Because, I mean, MonsterMax 1 just isn't quite as gigantic as MonsterMax 2 is. But I feel like that was a pretty good run on the first section of the course. Now, the back section of the course here that goes over the paved part of the road is definitely going to be where MonsterMax 2 kind of loses out a little bit. But I think we've still got a pretty solid run on our hands. And 111. Dude, I am beyond impressed with, like, how close all 3 of these trucks are. I mean, a 107 out of the Mega Ram Runner, a 110 out of MonsterMax 1, and a 111 out of MonsterMax 2. Really, these trucks are so incredibly close in terms of performance that, like, I'm just blown away by how close they actually are. Now, there is a mud field out here, and the mud field has me a bit intrigued. So, I kind of want to take a couple of these things over there. And when I say take a couple of these things over there, I kind of mean encourage MonsterMax 1 to follow along behind MonsterMax 2, and then just probably drive the Mega Ram Runner over. Now, if you could go to the winch point that I asked for, that would be great. Thank you! Yes, thank you. Come with me. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I love how this thing just doesn't even care that there's another monster truck behind it. It's like, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I don't have to stick to the racetrack anymore. That's kind of nice that you can just go right through the middle of everything and be like, ah, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Now, where even is the... Oh! So there's a bit of a pond out here. I tell you what, instead of going to a mud bog, let's see if these things can make it through the pond. Well, this just monstered the pond, didn't it? It didn't even go below second gear. It was like, oh yeah, so we're fine. You don't even have to worry about me. I'm good. Let's see what MONSTERMAX 1 does. Can we do it in high? That's the first question. No, the answer to that is definitely no. What about, ooh, automatic is getting down. It's moving through, but it's not going up to second gear. MONSTERMAX 2 maintained second gear, making it so far the best through that muddy pond. That's pretty dang good and really impressive. What about the Mega Cab Runner? Now, the Mega Cab Runner, I've never taken through that pond before, but I think we've got a pretty good run at it in this thing. This thing is pretty wild. Now, we're not running the cheater grip tires. We are running the red line tires, which are kind of right in the middle of the road, which I think is perfectly fair for this kind of comparison. So let's make our way down towards that pond and see what kind of run this thing can put in through it. Oh boy. All right, first off, let's see if we can stay in high. Let's go. That's full throttle and high. Answer is no. What about, oh, that's second gear. That's third gear, oh, and then it went back to first, and then it kind of wants to hang out in second. Okay, so not exactly the fastest thing ever, but also not slow. Again, these three are way closer matched than I ever thought they would be. And honestly, like, that's pretty impressive. Considering how different all three of these trucks are, the fact that they're so close in capability is genuinely mind-blowing to me. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions on it in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys next time. Talk to y'all later. I hope you guys enjoyed.